This is Norm Werner, and this is Norm's Real Estate Tips. I am speaking to you today from our Milford office of Real Estate One, where I work as a full-time realtor. Today's tips are about home visit etiquette. We talked last time about things you should do before you even get started looking, such as getting a good realtor, getting a good mortgage agent, and making lists of things that are important to you in the house. Today, before we start visiting houses or talking about that, we'll talk about some of the do's and don'ts, the home etiquette of the visits that are upcoming. The first thing is to be on time. Your realtor has worked out a schedule. If you're seeing more than one house, it may be a very complex schedule, which includes the home visit time and the travel time between. If you start out late, you'll never really catch up. So be on time. Respect the time that you're asking the homeowners to be gone. Respect the time of the realtor that you're working with. And stay on schedule. Once you get started going from home to home, your realtor will have worked out that schedule, including travel time. So try to stay on that schedule so you don't show up at homes either late or early. If you're late, the homeowners may have come back thinking you've already been there. And if you're early, they may not have left yet, thinking they've got a little time to get things cleaned up before you get there. Wear the right shoes is another good tip, especially this time of year, shoes or boots. Most homeowners are probably going to ask you to remove your shoes or boots when you come in. So wear some that you can get into and out of easily, not the big lace up and tie up types that you might wear if you weren't going to visit homes. Be respectful of the homeowner's time and their possessions. These are lived-in homes. The possessions belong to the homeowners. They're not yours to play around with. So be respectful of that. Be respectful of their time. Stay on the schedule, as we've said earlier. And if you have children with you, keep them with you. Take notes as you go through and discuss those notes later. You'll want to take notes so that the homes don't all run together in your mind. We've got a good little note-taking guide that we'll give you as we go out. But that way, like I say, they don't run together. You can discuss them later, and you can make up your minds which ones you might want to go back to and which ones you can cross off the list. Help your realtor out. He's expected to turn off lights as you leave. Most of the time, homeowners will turn on all the lights, and the realtor is responsible for turning those off, or as many as he can before you leave. So as you exit a room with your realtor, either turn off the light or help him turn off lights so that when the homeowners come home, they don't have to do all that themselves. Now some things that you shouldn't do, and we've kind of touched on a couple of these already, but we'll reinforce them. Don't blow off visits to homes. You drive up to a home and all of a sudden from the outside you say, I don't even want to go in this home. Well, that's certainly an inconvenience for both the realtor, the homeowners, and just plain rude. You should do your homework before you let the realtor schedule visits to homes. If you don't like them, you don't have to spend a lot of time in them, but at least have the courtesy to visit the homes that you've asked the realtor to set up for you. Don't look in people's chest of drawers or bedroom drawers and their medicine cabinets. It's okay to open closet doors to see how deep the closets are. Just beware, some of them may have things falling out at you as you do that, but it's not okay to open chest of drawers. In the kitchen, it's okay to open the cabinets and pull out a drawer to see how it's made and see if it closes, how it closes. But again, don't rifle through the stuff that's in there. That's not what you're there for. It's just to evaluate the house. We've already said take notes, so that's a good one. If you have children with you, make sure that you keep them with you instead of letting them run free in the house. Nothing kind of scares and irritates at the same time a realtor more than families with children running all over the house, the children coming back to their parents to show them things they found in the house. Don't do that. Keep your children with you and under control. One of the others is if you go outside, let's say you want to go to a patio or deck outside, you have to unlock the door normally to do that. Make sure when you come back in, you lock the door back up. Your realtor is responsible for the security of the house when you leave. So help him out by locking the doors behind you. And please, if you can at all avoid it, don't use the toilets in the houses you visit. You've all seen the movie Meet the Folkers, and what can happen in a toilet? It can run after you've left, or sometimes, embarrassingly enough, you find out there's no water in the toilet tank and it won't even flush. And there you are. So don't use the toilets. Your realtor can arrange visits to fast food places or other places that have restrooms between visits, and try to do that instead. And finally, if there's one in there, don't let the cat out. Most homeowners will have instructions saying don't let the cat out, or they'll have their pets in cages. But if the pets are roaming the house, don't let them out. That can be a real pain to try to get cats to come back in. And please don't try to pet them. Cats seeing strange people can react in ways you don't anticipate, and may scratch you or bite you. So just leave the pets alone. If you are allergic to cats, let your realtor know that ahead of time, and he can arrange or at least look to see if there's pets in the house before you go there. There's no reason going in and having an allergic reaction while you're trying to visit houses. So those are some tips of the etiquette for visiting. Next time we'll discuss the visits themselves, but keep those in mind as you get ready to visit. Make your little notepad for yourself so you can take notes. Make sure you wear the right shoes, and have a good time while you're there, but stay on schedule. So again, this is Norm Werner, and this is Norm's Real Estate Tips. We'll see you next time.